G'day guys, welcome to another Just a Tip Tuesday where I give you just a tip and I'm done in a couple of minutes. My name's Nick and this is Nutrition. In today's video I'm going to talk to you about something that seems to contradict itself. Caffeine naps.
Just the Tip Tuesday. Just the Tip.
Have you ever laid down for like a half-hour nap and woken up 4 days later in a hot sweat and crust all over your mouth and eyes? Neither. But if you have, caffeine naps might help you with that. If you watch my recent video about caffeine and how it works in the brain, then you've probably got a pretty good idea about how it keeps you awake. But how do caffeine and naps go together? So if you watch the video about caffeine, which you can find right here, you'll know that the A1 receptor in our brain, which can be bound to by the adenosine molecule, will make us feel tired. And caffeine can block the adenosine molecule. So if adenosine makes us feel sleepy and caffeine stops it from binding to the receptor, how does drinking coffee before a nap make any sense at all? So although it takes 1 or 2 hours for the caffeine molecules in your bloodstream to reach peak concentration, after around half an hour, you do start to see some caffeine molecules in the bloodstream. And what that means is if you were to drink coffee, like so, here's one I prepared earlier, and then take a nap, and then while you sleep, some of the adenosine molecules are metabolized. And around about half an hour later, when the caffeine kicks in, you wake up. And because you wake up in a state where there are less adenosine molecules bound to the A1 receptor and there's an abundance of caffeine molecules that can bind to the A1 receptor, you're likely to feel a lot better than you would if you fell asleep for 4 days and didn't have the caffeine before. Now, remember, caffeine has a half-life of around about 6 hours, even more in some people if you don't have as many of the enzymes in your bloodstream. So, you don't want to have a caffeine nap too late in the day because you still want, in the later parts of the day, the adenosine molecules to bind to the A1 receptor and no caffeine molecules bound to the receptors. So that is it for another Just a Tip Tuesday. Was it good for you? Pretty good for me. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments below and I'll get back to you. But if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like me, please consider subscribing. Until next time, I've been Nick, and this has been Nutrition, and I'll see you in the next video.